This video is brought to you by Spirits Network. For more top-shelf entertainment, head to spiritsnetwork.com. Sign up to watch and taste your favorite shows. Pour yourself a drink and we'll tell you about it. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 surprising origin stories of famous cocktails.
I see America drinking the fabulous cocktails I make. America's getting stinking on something I stir or shake.
For this list, we're taking a look at fascinating backstories behind cocktails. Whether these stories are grounded in fact or legend, they can certainly make for interesting conversation pieces at the pub. Number 10. Tom Collins. It sounds like something you'd see in the movies, but this cocktail is actually rooted in a proven hoax.
Bernard, this is a delicious Tom Collins.
It first occurred in 1874, and people started asking, "Have you seen Tom Collins?" Chances are the listener would respond, "No, who's Tom Collins?" The pranker proceeded to tell the listener that Tom Collins said some nasty things about them, and he can be found at a nearby watering hole. Instead of finding a person, though, the only Tom Collins waiting for them is a mixed drink. Sometimes the bartender would fix them a Tom Collins, letting the poor sap know that they've been duped. Other times, the victim of the prank was informed that Collins went to another bar across town, keeping the hoax going.
So I put $2 million in cash in Los Angeles bank under the name of Mr. and Mrs. Tom Collins. This was strictly my shakedown and kidnapping money.
Number 9. Cure. Tom Collins might not be a real person, but this French wine cocktail is named after Félix Cure, a priest-turned-resistance fighter who served as mayor of Dijon from 1945 until his passing in 1968. The drink didn't always share Cure's name, however. Comprised of white Burgundy wine and crème de cassis, the cocktail was originally known as Blanc Cassis. Cure loved this local drink so much that he would serve it to delegates. People came to associate the drink with the politician, eventually earning Cure's moniker. Having helped nearly 5,000 prisoners of war escape during World War II, Cure is somebody we can all raise our glasses to. Number 8. Mint Julep. You're sure to find people drinking this cocktail at the Kentucky Derby and various southern establishments.
Mint julep? Traditional but satisfying.
You probably wouldn't expect your doctor to prescribe you a mint julep, though. Believe it or not, the drink was initially used to treat sickness of the stomach. In 1755, the julep was defined as an extemporaneous form of medicine, made of simple and compound water sweetened, serving for a vehicle to other forms not so convenient to take alone. Just a spoonful of mint and sugar makes the medicine go down. Over time, the julep became recreational, with consumers adding bourbon to the mix. By the time Kentucky Senator Henry Clay brought the drink to Washington, D.C., the mint julep was more for social occasions than medical purposes. Number 7. Screwdriver. The screwdriver has become a go-to alcoholic beverage for brunchers. But why exactly is it named after something you'd find in a toolbox? The answer is actually quite straightforward, but still surprising nonetheless. During the late 1940s, some American engineers were working in a Persian Gulf oil field. To spice up their orange juice a little bit, they decided to add vodka. Since nobody had a spoon, however, they had to improvise and stir the drink with a screwdriver. Probably not the most sanitary way to mix a cocktail, but the name caught on, and soon everyone was getting hammered on screwdrivers. Number 6. Cosmopolitan. Carrie Bradshaw popularized the Cosmopolitan on Sex and the City, although this cocktail's genesis remains up for debate.
That afternoon, I dragged my poor, tortured soul out to lunch with Stanford Blatch and attempted to stun it senseless with Cosmopolitans.
Various people have taken credit for creating the Cosmopolitan over the decades, but the most colorful origin story can be traced back to 1975. Neil Murray, a black college student, was allegedly denied a bartending job at a Minneapolis steakhouse due to his skin color. When the managers went out of town, the restaurant's bookkeeper decided to give Murray a shot. Experimenting behind the bar, Murray added cranberry juice to a kamikaze, saying it could use some color. He wasn't just talking about the drink, but also the mostly white staff. The first person to taste the drink said, "How cosmopolitan," coining the cocktail's immortal name.
You know what? I think I need to get a drink.
I'll get it. Cosmopolitan, right?
Number 5. Mojito. While we know that it originated in Cuba, the mojito has varying backstories, all of which are equally surprising.
Mojito? You should try it.
Some say that Cuban farmers added lime, sugarcane juice, and mint to rot gut rum in order to block out its taste.
Hell, baby, with that kind of money, let's go find an island somewhere and sit on a beach drinking mojitos till we go toes up.
Others claim that slaves working a Cuban sugarcane field created the mojito during the late 1800s. It's even believed that Sir Francis Drake, an English pirate, helped concoct the drink to combat seasickness. As for the name, it's possible that mojito derives from mojo, a Cuban sauce containing lime. It's also been speculated that mojito comes from the word mojadito, which is Spanish for a little wet. However the mojito came into fruition, Ernest Hemingway certainly drank a lot of them.
Mojito?
Fine, thanks.
Number 4. Long Island iced tea.
You could have a Long Island iced tea.
Would that calm my nerves?
It's calmed the pants off me a couple times.
Working as a bartender in Long Island, New York, Robert Rosebud Butt entered a drink-making contest sponsored by Triple Sec during the 1970s. Butt couldn't help but notice that his creation shared a resemblance to an iced tea.
And for the lady, a Long Island iced tea.
Even though there isn't traditionally any tea in the recipe, the name Long Island iced tea caught on regardless. Almost 50 years earlier during the US Prohibition era, Old Man Bishop supposedly crafted a similar drink in Long Island, Tennessee. It shouldn't come as a surprise that the Long Island iced tea was created in Long Island. What is surprising is that nobody knows for sure if Long Island, New York, or Long Island of the Holston should be considered the drink's true birthplace.
Ooh. Well, that is a treat that's hard to beat.
Number 3. The Manhattan. This is another cocktail with a few different origin stories, but the most popular one by far is linked to the Manhattan Club in New York.
Dolores, do you still have that bottle of vermouth?
Sure. Who needs vermouth?
We've got bourbon. We can make Manhattans.
As legend has it, Lady Randolph Churchill hosted a party at the club for U.S. Democratic presidential candidate Samuel J. Tilden in 1874. During the banquet, Dr. Ian Marshall fashioned a new cocktail that would be named after the club. As intriguing as this all sounds, there's a major hole in the Manhattan's supposed backstory. At the time, Lady Randolph was pregnant in France with her son, future British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. It may be a tall tale, but it is one we can all toast to. Number 2. Margarita. Some historians believe that this cocktail stemmed from a drink called the Daisy, which translates to margarita in Spanish.
Margarita? Mother, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
If you're looking for a fun story to tell at your next dinner party though, let's travel back to 1938 when Carlos Danny Herrera supposedly invented the drink. At Herrera's restaurant, dancer Marjorie King informed him that she was allergic to virtually every alcohol except tequila. Since she wouldn't drink tequila on its own, Herrera mixed in some Cointreau, lemon juice, and shaved ice, dubbing his creation Margarita after Marjorie. By 1947, the story caught the attention of bartender Albert Hernandez, who helped get the word out about margaritas in San Diego. While there are other possible origin stories, this one's definitely the juiciest.
Margaritas are great, and whoever planted that in your head is crazy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Martini. Of all the cocktails on this list, the origins of the martini might be the most heavily contested.
Dry martini.
Oui, monsieur.
Wait. 3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quina lily. Shake it over ice and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
Yes, sir.
One theory claims that a bartender created the drink on the spot in Martinez, and a gold miner brought the recipe to San Francisco. Yet some have said that the martini was really created in San Francisco and then made its way to Martinez. Another story suggests that Jerry Thomas created the drink at the San Francisco's Occidental Hotel. His customers were usually about to take the ferry to Martinez, laying the groundwork for the martini. Many also assume that it derived from Martini and Rossi, an Italian alcoholic beverage company. Whichever story you like best, one thing is for sure, James Bond prefers his shaken, not stirred.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. And for you?
The same.
This video is brought to you by Spirits Network. For more top-shelf entertainment, head to spiritsnetwork.com. Sign up to watch and taste your favorite shows.